I am Johnny Paper. I entered the gold camp, and immediately everything slowed down. From a side chamber, a man stepped forward. He wore ancient golden clothes. His smile held space, his eyes time. I asked him who he was. He bowed. A drop from the river, a breath from the mountain. You may call me Master Chou. Then, he looked at me with a smile that felt like sunrise. Today, you will not be taught. You will be emptied. Reckless effort is the echo of fear. Stillness is not the absence of doing, but the fullness of being. And from that fullness, sound is born. I heard music in the distance. I followed it. I found a magnificent Chinese ensemble. Hundreds of musicians dressed in radiant gold. They played wind instruments, guitars, gujengs, golden bowls, all types of drums and strange new horn that bloomed like lotus petals. They were using golden light with their music. One of them turned to me and said, "Your music depends on your chi." Their music gently evaporated into the sky. Something stirred inside me. I kept trying to find my sound, but sound isn't found. It arrives when there's nothing left to prove. As the final notes faded into the stillness, I realized I didn't need to find it. I needed to let go. Somehow, this made me think about time. Master Chou approached me as I stood there. "I can feel your doubt," he said softly. I looked at him. If time doesn't exist here, then how can we still hear tempo? How does rhythm matter if we're outside of time? He looked toward the ensemble. Even the now has a pulse. To make music, we create the illusion of time, so that one note may follow another, so that harmony may unfold. A golden gong chimed. He told me to enter the temple, stepped in. Dozens sat in silence around a central dais where a golden Buddha presence radiated stillness. It looked like the Buddha, but not a statue, and not quite the man from Earth's stories. Radiant, aware, and unbound by name. The moment I sat, he manifested telepathically. One's power does not lie in what is expressed, but in what is released. The heart must become an empty reed before it can become a flute. The golden being lifted a glowing, radiant guitar. The chitar, forged from golden light and silence, another floated toward him. This is not a song for ears. It is a song for sight. Strummed a single note on the chitar. Suddenly, I saw sound. My inner vision sharpened. Clairvoyance awakened. Not like a superpower, or like remembering how to see. The song wasn't long, ended with a note that rang like the bell of truth deep inside. It wasn't a vision. It wasn't a gift. It was a remembering that all seeing begins when nothing needs to be seen. Buddha's final words to me were, "When the gaze is quiet, the eternal can pass through." My eyes weren't filled with tears, but with golden light. Something stayed in me, a glow, a frequency I hadn't known or carried. I stepped back out into the golden light. Master Chou stood waiting at the bottom of the stairs. He smiled. "Now you hear with your eyes." He looked toward the horizon, where the white crystal desert shimmered. "The time of separation is ending," he said. "The camps have served their purpose. Now all paths converge at the unity stage. The Venusians have begun." I turned to look where he pointed. Far off in the center of the vast crystal desert, a shimmering violet light pulsed like a heartbeat. Crowds of souls began to rise from every camp and move toward it. The gathering was beginning to converge. Up next, Venusian String Orchestra. To be continued.